Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 29th. Looks like a decent week. I think, maybe a little bit challenging. You might have some sort of challenge that you have to let go of this week, but actually, I think the outcome will be quite positive. You have the Two of Spades coming up first, which can be a breakup card, to be honest. So, some of you might be going through a breakup or something along those lines, or some relationship challenges. So just be aware of that. But this can also be separating from something, and you have the Ten of Spades next. So a lot of you could be dealing with like some sort of legal situation or some sort of situation like involving the government or your taxes or something like that. And you might actually be able to separate from the situation this week. I always say with the Ten of Spades is the situation. It might not end in an ideal way. Like maybe you're involved in a lawsuit, you have to settle or something like that. And it might not be ideal, but you always end up with that Ten of Spades, it always ends up just removing the situation from your life in the first place. And it always ends up not being as bad as you thought it would be. So, it's kind of like having to weigh those two things out. And this could be another situation that you have to let go of, especially with this Ten of Spades. Ten of Spades, really represents having carried a heavy burden or currently carrying a heavy burden, but it also represents the transformation of having that thing removed from your life. So on one hand, it is, kind of like, not so great. But on the other hand, it removes those things from our lives, so it makes it much better, much easier to live, and everything under this card. So, like I said, I like to see that, and kind of what tipped me off to all this is the Nine of Clubs. Nine of Clubs next, great card. Represents good things coming to you, good business time. This can even represent wealth coming to you, money coming to you, ideas that make you wealthy. Especially if you have any ideas this week, I would take advantage of those ideas. You have a Five of Clubs next, which also represents that. But Nine of Clubs is also about learning new things, but it can definitely be about removing a situation from your life as well. It could be that like you've learned a way to remove this negative situation from your life, and again, it might not be ideal, but it gets rid of it. But on the other hand, I mean, this is a very successful card, all about success, all about learning new things. Like I said, you have three clubs cards here, so I would say a lot of you are going to be learning new things or have learned new things from, probably from other people. Because you have the Five of Clubs next, which is learning through experience, having experiences, and learning through those experiences and having those experiences help you as well. This is definitely a card of moving forward. It's a card of expansion, a card of growth. So there's like a lot of growth going on this week. And again, I know I'm speaking very generally here, but I really feel like this is your whole life. I'm speaking about everything: work, finances, job, business, all of that stuff, all mixed in. I feel like these things are going on in your whole life. And I would really encourage you to learn something new this week as well. Like try to improve that 1% every single day this week. Try to learn something new every day. It'll really benefit you. And then keep that going, by the way, for the rest of the year. Again, 2016, the way I look at the astrology is this year is a great year to learn new things, and I really feel that. I mean, even think about, I think about this. I mean, we have 4 Mercury retrogrades this year, 4, which almost never happens. So, I really think it's a great time to learn this year, and I think it will really benefit people who do take advantage of that learning. But next, you have the Three of Clubs, which is a great card, represents second chances coming in, second chances in a lot of areas, also represents learning, and even having that learning giving you a second chance at something. So maybe you had a business that failed, and maybe it comes back around, at this time. But because you've learned new things and you've increased your knowledge, it'll work out this time. Same thing with relationships. Maybe you had a relationship that failed. Maybe it comes back, and maybe you truly did learn from your mistakes, and now you can fix them right now, and it will just have a much better outcome under this card. So, very straightforward week. Great week. Might have to let something go, but I don't think that will be that big of a deal. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.